All right, so we have to look at the bottom numbers. All right, don't worry about the x. Let's just look at the numbers, Ellis. I got a 12 and I got a 4 on the bottom. What's the common denominator between 12 and 4?
4.
Well, 4 goes into 12, but 12 won't go into 4. I want a number that both of these will divide into. Well, 12 won't go into 2. 12 won't go into 8. It's got to be 12, right? 4 and 12 both divide into 12. So our common denominator is going to be 12 and x. Now, question on that. You got to find a common denominator. Now, if you guys would rather just write one of everything, write a 12, a 4, and an x, you can do it that way, but your numbers are going to be a little bit bigger. If 4 goes into 12, let's just use 12. All right, so Brian, here we go. X cancels out with this x. Whatever's left over, you just multiply together and bring it down. 2 times 12 is 24.
So what's our next test?
Oh, man, I don't know. It's the first day to start new stuff.
Well, I know you like moving pretty quick. So.
Second fraction, Ellis. 4 goes into 12 how many times?
3.
So I got 3x times 1. That's just 3x. All right, last fraction, what cancels out? 11 times x is 11x. All right, now does everybody understand how we got from here to here? We got rid of our fractions. Now we can just solve the equation. All right, now from here, everybody should be okay. I got to get my x's on the same side, right, so I can combine like terms. What happens to positive 3x when I move it? So I got 8x equals 24. Somebody get me an answer. X equals 3. So after the first step, it's not that bad. Now, and again, kids in first block said they didn't get to this last year. So if y'all didn't do this last year, y'all may have done this in 9th grade, maybe. Probably did now if you had this card. All right. Good on that one? Question on that one? All right, good. Let's go number 2. X squared. Get rid of that. All right. If you need to write the problem down, write it down. If you don't need to write the problem down, start thinking about what's going to be your common denominator. All right. Heidi says 6. Is she right? Let's think about it. Ellis, we need a number that all 3 of those numbers on the bottom divide into. 6, 3, and 2. All right, so y'all think it's 6. Brandon, make your phones up while we're doing the test now.
My bad.
My bad. All right, so we got to put a 6, a 6, and a 6.
So would it be?
All right, go ahead.
So would it be 6x, 6x?
So the 6's cancel out, right? So I can just bring down x squared. What about on the second fraction?
So why does that?
2x.
2x.
Negative.
Hang on. Question?
Why do you not have the x on the 6 like you did on the first one?
Okay, because I don't have any x's on the bottom on this one. Good question. You only deal with the denominators, the numbers in the bottom.
Wait, so if it's a 6x squared on the bottom, then
Oh,
or that won't happen.
yeah, let's cross that bridge when we get there. All right, 3 goes into 6. How many times? 2. What do I bring down? Good. Everybody good? Last fraction, just times half of 6. What's half of 6? It's 3. All right, now this is a different type problem than number 1. This one's got an x squared, which means we're going to have to factor it out. For us to factor this out, I got to get everything on the left side, right? So it's x squared minus 2x minus 3. And now you guys will factor that just like we did last week on the test and find both answers. You know that? Let's turn this off while we're doing this stuff, right?
So it would be 3 negative.
I told you. 1, 2, 3. Divide them all by 2. Let me get your sheet out. Chris, put that phone up, please. All right, so y'all should have x minus 3 and x plus 1. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Looks good. So this answer is positive 3. This answer is negative 1. All right, question. Let's go to number 3 then if y'all don't have a question. The solving it should be easy. Go ahead, Joey.
So you have 2 answers. Do those plug in to like x squared and x? Why wouldn't you have just one answer to fill in an x?
Because anytime you have an x squared, you're going to have to find 2 answers. All right, next problem. There it is. Write it down. We're going to go to number 3. Get the sheet out from Friday, Brian. If you don't have one, I'll get you one. All right, look at number 3. Look at your numbers on the bottom. We need a common denominator. What's the denominator between 6 and 2? It's going to be 6. What else could it be? You could always multiply these 2 and get 12. You could use 12. That would work. Your numbers would just be a little bigger. So we're going to use 6 again. All right, on the first fraction, will the 6 on top cross out with anything on the bottom? No, because there's nothing on the bottom. So you multiply what's left over and you get 6r squared. All right, second fraction. What cancels out? What do I bring down? Good. Third fraction.
3.
You get 3, and we got to move it over just like on the last problem and make it a -3.
So it's just the same thing over.
Same thing. Now y'all factor that out or do quadratic formula, whichever way you want to do it. You get an answer. I think this one does factor. I think we factored it this morning in the first block. Anybody got it factored yet? Do I use 6 and 1 or 3 and 2? All right, so we got to use 6 and 1, everybody's saying. Always try the ones closest together first, but if they don't work, got to go somewhere else. All right, I think this is going to work. Now, how can I look at that and be so sure? Because I know when I times those 2 numbers, I'm going to get 18, right? And I know when I times these 2 numbers, I get -1. That's 17. So it does work. All right, so Banner, let me get this back. Let's see, it was, I had a minus there and I had plus there. All right, Banner, what's this answer going to be?
That's going to be 6 over 1.
How about positive 1 over 6? Because we got to move the negative 1 over, right? And that was going to be -3. All right, so we're going to skip 4, 5, and 6. I'm going to let y'all work on those in a few minutes on your own. Let's go to number 7. 7's got something a little bit different. All right, I got 2x minus 5 over 6. I'm going to write x's and not y's if you guys are okay with that. X minus 5 over 4 equals 3 over 4.
Is that what number?
7.
Number 7. All right, Hunter. I need you to look at my bottom numbers on the bottom of the fractions. I need you to pick out a common denominator for us.
12.
Hunter says 12. I agree. Because 6 and 4 both divide into 12. Could y'all think of anything else? Why not 6?
2.
Well, 6 doesn't divide into 2. 2 divides into 6. We need a number that 6 and 4 divides into. So I think Hunter's right. I think 12 is the lowest one. So we're going to write 12, 12, and 12. All right, y'all ready? All right, Ellis, how many times will 6 go into 12?
2.
2. Now look, I've got 2 left over. I've got to distribute that. So that'll give me 4x minus 10. All right, second fraction.
Be 3.
Banner says 3. 4 goes into 12 3 times. Now here's a trick. Everybody watch.
3x.
Hold on. Don't distribute 3. Distribute -3. Y'all see that minus sign that was right there? So it'll be -3 times x. And And negative times a negative is plus 15, right?
Yeah. Where do you get the 2 and 3 from that you distribute?
4 goes into 12 3 times.
Okay.
So like Ellis on the last one, what cancels out? How many times does 4 go into 12?
3.
What do I bring down? 3 times 3?
9.
Bring down 9. Everybody good? All right. Is this going to be a problem that we're going to have to factor something out of? No, I don't have any x squares. So y'all add up your like terms. Get your x's on the left and add them up. Get your numbers on the right and add them up. All right, do it. Let's do the right column. Some of them in the right column. Let's go to number 11. All right, how is number 11 different, guys, from the left column? Well, now we got x's on the bottom, which, hey, we had an x on the bottom on number 1, but now we got plus signs and minus signs on the bottom, too, so we got expressions on the bottom. All right, so here's how you do it. We're going to have to use a rule on this one. Anytime y'all got expressions on the bottom, like we're doing number 11, we're going to use one of everything on the bottom. I'm going to use an x squared minus 3 and an x squared plus 4. Sorry, x plus 4. X squared minus 3 and x plus 4 on that side. X squared minus 3 and x plus 4 on that side. Does everybody understand why we have to do this one differently? Because now you have plus signs and minus signs, so we have to do it differently. All right, so Hunter, what's going to cross out on that first fraction? Yep. All right, so I mark out x squared minus 3. Now, what about what we bring down? You still just distribute what's left over. So x times x is x squared plus 4x. And now y'all got to do the right side.
Wait, why would it be?
X times x is x squared. X times 4 is 4x. That's right. All right, so Banner, what crosses out on the right side?
X plus 4.
All right, Banner, what am I going to bring down after I distribute?
5x squared minus 15.
Yep, good. All right, anybody got a question on that first step? All right, now I got to show you a step right here. Just watch me. Don't write this down, just watch. Everybody ready? We got to get everything on one side so we can factor it out, right? First block tried this. They tried to bring 5 over here, make it a negative 5, and they started with negative 4x squared, plus 4x plus 15. All right, well, the problem with that is I have never asked y'all to factor out anything with a negative number in front of the x squared. I don't want to start that now. All right, so why don't we do this? Why don't we take the x squared and move it over there? That'll make it a negative x squared, which gives me positive 4x squared. Move that over as negative 4x, and I already had negative 15 over there. And now we got our equal 0 on the left side instead of the right side. That doesn't matter. All right, so now factor or either do quadratic formula to finish. We said use one of everything on the bottom, right? That's what we did back on number 11. Well, look at number 12, Hunter. It's different. You got the exact same thing on the bottom. So how many times do y'all think we write it down in the common denominator? Just once. So our common denominator on this one's just going to be a minus 1, a minus 1, and a minus 1. Anybody got a question on that step? If it's written down twice, Joey, we just use it one time. But our common denominator is always going to be one of everything on the bottom. Now, there's also, I mean, you guys probably are asking this, there's an automatic 1 right there, correct? 1, you don't have to include a 1. That's not going to change anything. All right, let's do your common denominator step. What cancels out, Ellis, on the first fraction?
At the bottom, A1.
What do I bring down?
A.
Good, just A. Everybody good? What cancels out on the second fraction? Nothing. So what do I bring down? A times A is A squared. A times negative 1 is negative 1A. All right, what cancels out on the third fraction?
Bottom.
What do I bring down?
4A negative 3.
4A minus 3. I don't have to square anything, right? Now, when you guys get to this step, if y'all can look ahead and see that there's already some like terms you can cross out. What I mean is, look here, I got 1a minus 1a. They cancel. Right?
Yeah.
All right, so I got a squared, move it over, minus 4a, move it over is positive 3. All right, I want y'all to factor it out, find your answers, and then I got to show you a new step on this one.